a toxic relationship and your anxiety is flared up, it's more intense than ever, how can that affect you?
Ooh, it can really affect you. Either way, it can be. I think it can be a positive if you know how to communicate properly. It can be a negative if you don't. And my biggest thing is I feel like you need to say how you feel. You need to tell that person how you feel, but the communication can get misconstrued if a person isn't listening to understand. So if you come around somebody um, and you're trying to learn them and they introduce you to one way about them and then maybe it's not consistent behavior, flare up anxiety. I'm bothered by that because wait, I thought you was like this, but now you showing me something else. Where did this come from? And now I want to talk to you about it.
So the mask then came off,
Yeah,
the bond done dropped.
yeah,
So now your antennas is like,
yeah, yeah.
and that messes with your anxiety.
It does. It messes with my anxiety when you usually move a certain way and now you moving different. And then my mind will start to put pieces together because this is just how my brain works. Private investigator Kenda is coming full blown. Who you been around recently? Okay. What are some of the actions that you've done now that you don't usually do? And how are those actions affecting you? And now they're impacting me. So like I might notice like, okay, since you've been around these people, you've been doing these negative things and now it's coming into our home and our relationship. Do you realize that? Like I'll actually bring it up. Like, do you realize that you're not being who you've always shown you were? And up until this point, it seems like these people have this type of effect on you to where it's damaging. And I have to tell you, I have to address those type of things. And in a relationship, it can go downhill if that person isn't open to receiving it.
So what I'm hearing you say is that you're okay with good change, but
Yeah.
you're not okay with change that can potentially damage
Yeah.
the relationships that you have with whomever.
Or even just the person, like in a relationship. I think we was talking about this last night with the loyalty, trust and respect conversation, how you were mentioning how you only address certain things with people if you actually really give a fuck about them. And that's where I have an issue is people don't understand that when you love someone and when you really care about them, you're going to try to help them. You're going to try to set them straight.
Yes, you are. That's the love in you.
Yeah. Now, if I'm over here quiet and I'm just watching you burn a bridge, and not only did you burn a bridge, but here you is trying to walk across a burning bridge. Who you think you is? Like, I'm gonna call you out on that shit. Like, I'm sorry. I know Jesus walked on water, but that's Jesus. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. Like, you cannot walk on water. You're gonna drown. So stop trying. So like I'm gonna tell you, like, I know that you're feeling this type of way and you want to be big, you want to be bold, you want to take risks. However, if it's detrimental, it's causing you to spiral out of control and it's taking you back. And I've seen you come so far and I've seen you elevate yourself and I've seen you be the lead. I've seen you set a good example. I've seen that these things are important to you. But then you get around these people or you get in certain environments and you change. Something ain't right. Why do you feel like you need to do that when you're with these people? So I want people, to understand that my anxiety or anyone else's anxiety could potentially flare up just by seeing somebody take themselves down up the path of hell. Like, you need Jesus.
Exactly.
You need Jesus. Then I'm here to tell you. You know what I mean? So that's my standpoint on it is. And I want somebody to come to me and say, Kenda, you're all these wonderful things, but when you do this is not a good look for you.
Yes.
Or when you do this, I feel like this. Instead of, ignoring it and just letting me just self-destruct. Because a lot of times it come with those little things that add up, and then now you got this big disaster.
The bomb.
Yeah, the bomb that explodes, and now you got shit all on your face. Y'all see this shit on my face, and you ain't gonna say nothing.
No, that is absolutely true. Like that is absolutely true. People do not understand and know how to receive the uncomfortableness. You
Mhm.
have to. It's a must that you have to be uncomfortable and able to grow. If you are always comfortable, you are at a safe space and you're going to be at a standstill and you're
Right.
never going to grow. You're never going to be no gooder than you are in that shell that you have already created around yourself.
Right.
And that goes for your mindset, your of course your thinking process, your emotions, your emotional intelligence. Like
Yeah.
you basically going to stop growing
Yep.
when you are in a safe space and you refuse to be uncomfortable in order to grow. And
I
that
agree.
can hinder relationships around you. And it's just so crazy how you are so aware of your anxiety, and I applaud you for that, because a lot of
Thank
people
you.
go through things and they're not self-aware of why or how to handle or care enough about themselves to do the work.
Hmm.
You sound like you put in the work and you know how to pretty much handle your anxiety and put yourself back into that safe space so you can be able to cultivate and continue your day, or to finish out your mission that was meant for you to finish out, instead of like spiraling out of
Absolutely.
control.
Absolutely. And I ain't always been like this.
Growth.
Like you said, it's some growth. It took some work. See, because another bad side, or I should say, a flip side of anxiety is sometimes anxiety will put you in a position where there's so much pressure build up, and so then you act without always thinking things through. So
Hmm.
there have been times where I have acted impulsively because I just wanted to find a solution and I wanted it to be over.
When you acted impulsively, did you act because your mind was playing on your own mental, or did you act that way because you couldn't control your emotions?
I acted that way because I felt like something needed to give and it needed to happen right then and there. Otherwise, other people were going to be harmed by the situation.
So you have full control in that
Yeah.
time still.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So in those cases where anxiety can play with your mind um to the point where you may do something without thinking about how it's going to affect the person on the other end of the stick. You might not fully think about all the things that could possibly happen, but you've thought about several other scenarios of how it can be damaging, and it doesn't always turn out the way that you thought it would. Later on, you like, damn, I didn't know this would hurt you, or I didn't know that this could happen, or that would also probably happen, or you don't think about all those things when you're super anxious and there's a problem at hand and you just want to solve it and move on. So I think it also comes with you have to slow down,
Yeah.
and you don't need anybody's permission to do something. You don't need anybody's permission, but you should be considerate of how that person could feel. So just going to that person and saying, "Hey, this messed up thing happened, and it happened in such a way that this could impact you negatively too. So I need to know how we need to solve this together instead of trying to do it all by myself."
So not only do I hear that you have full control, you care to do a follow-up
Yeah.
to see how it can be prevented or have a conclusion in the end.
Yeah, I've even brought in like people I trust, like my go-tos, and I'm like, "Hey, this happened. I did this and it wasn't good. I messed this up, but," and I'll tell them, "I messed this up because this is what I was thinking at the time. But now in hindsight, I see where I went wrong. Can you tell me how you would have handled it? Or can you tell me if I'm tripping?" Sometimes I need somebody to say, you know, "Yeah, you should have did it like this, or you could have handled it better." Or somebody might even tell me, "You know what? No, you did the best you could with what you had. Don't beat yourself up."
Yes,
So
yes.
even, everybody needs to have that room to make mistakes, but it's important to have those people that you can go to that can counsel you. And in those moments though, don't go to people that can counsel you and you only plan to be defensive, or you only have the intention to still go with, what you think you should do. If you're gonna go to people of counsel, you have to be open to accepting that feedback, that criticism, and some of that advice that's being given, so that you can be better next time. So
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel like your people that you call your people that's supposed to love you and care for you
yeah,
should be able to tell you like, yo, that was not okay.
right.
You could have done better, and this is how. And
Mhm.
you should be open to receive that. But also, if you are given that counsel, like you said, you got to be acting as what you're preaching to me. You can't just be
Exactly.
telling me all this good stuff, and I see you spiraling out of control. Like, how does
Exactly.
that work, right?
Exactly.
So lead by example.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so it's so important to bring awareness for anxiety, how it can plays on your mental and causes you to act different when you are under stress, and when you are in that dark space, because some people have anxiety and they don't have holds on their anxiety.
Mhm.
They can't even understand what you just said and how you even helped yourself. So hopefully somebody out there, if you guys have anxiety, there is tools and things that you can look up to deal with your anxiety. You do not have to be on medication, but it's definitely going to take some self work, and it's going to take the people around you to hold you accountable and responsible for your actions. So it is help out there. So I appreciate you bringing awareness to that. That's very important,
Yeah, I
because looking
got you.
at you doesn't look like you have anxiety. But what do anxiety look like?
Girl,
You look
that's
so well put together, right? So well
yes.
put together, so well spoken, so well behaved, so well mannered.
Thank
So
you.
anxiety doesn't have a look.
It doesn't. You never know. I've been Matter of fact, there was a time I was in panic mode and I was with you and you didn't even know I was panicking, because I was panicking internally.
How
So
did you
that's even how
feel?
anxiety
Like,
looks.
how did you feel in those? How did you feel in that moment? What I want to know, what brought that on? How did you feel, and how did you come out of that? Where were we?
We was in a place, we was at a party. We was at a huge party and I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go to the party. I wasn't going to go to the party. I wasn't going to go, but the only reason I wasn't going to go was because I knew that I have social anxiety. And I knew that I didn't know who was going to be there, but I also knew that it was going to potentially be extremely busy and packed. And when I get around rooms where I don't got enough elbow space and I can't move around like I want to move around, immediately I'm like, there's no safe space here. There's no place for me to seek protection, or for me to be in my bubble if I come here. But I have to turn that off, and I've been doing a lot more this past year. I've been doing really well with
You
that,
have.
going to places that I don't want to go, but still going anyway, so that my mind isn't the reason why I made the decision. I no longer want my mind to play tricks on me to the point where I've already made up in my mind that this is bad. Don't do it. Don't go. What you got? What you got? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Matter. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had to determine, you know, these rooms that you're going into, these people that you're going to be around, what is it about them that the anxiety is brought on forth in the first place? Well, a lot of the times it's really just because I don't know them. Or there's also been times where I've interacted with people and that first impression of them rubbed me the wrong way.
Mm.
And so sometimes those first interactions make me not want to interact with you again. Or there's been times I've gave people several chances to interact with me and they didn't really seem like they really fuck with me like that. And I'm not about to keep giving you opportunities to show me you don't fuck with me. So that person might be in the room. Or I might be in the space now where not only is that person in the room, but they cousin in there, they auntie, and all these people that know them that fuck with them heavy, and I'm in there, and not just them, but then I got my people and everybody over here or whatever, and it's like, okay, I got to come in this space, be cordial, be kind, be polite. Remember we was talking about being polite,
Being
being
polite, yes.
respectful. Those things still matter to me, to be respectful, be kind, be polite. But I also do not like small talk. So that's another reason why I have a hard time with some of those spaces, because I know somebody gonna come to me and fake act like they care about how my day went or how I'm doing. And I gotta sit there and talk to you. I don't want to.
And you have that right.
Yeah.
You definitely has that right not to have small talk. But so for me, we are together a lot.
Mhm.
Do I help you through those moments when your
Yeah.
anxiety kick in?
Yeah, I already told you. One of the things that I admire about you is you don't give a fuck. And I'm working on not giving a fuck. I'm just telling y'all. But no, she really don't. But see, I've been working on that not giving a fuck thing. I've been really working on that. And so that's just been helping me now be more interactive, talk to people, deal with people, is because I just, why do you care so much?
You don't have to. 1 second. Can we see some comments on the screen, please? Hello, Nikki West. How you doing? Thank you for tuning
Hey.
in. Please share. Love you. Thank you on this Sunday. Hello, cousin. Love you too, Monique. Hello, my beautiful cousin Rhonda. I love you too, love.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's absolutely right. You gotta. Okay, so what we mean by I don't give a care is that you can be coming to me and talking about whatever. I don't care. I don't want to have your energy on me. I don't care to know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
I know that this is fake love, but guess what? I got things to lose. I'm showing up. I'm out in a community. I have to show you grace. I have to be patient. I have to be polite with you,
Yes.
but I don't have to be there long.
Right.
Thank you. Nice seeing you.
Right. Just hit me with
Bye.
the hi, and I'm gonna say hi, and let's keep going.
Yes, because in this industry that we in, it's going to be a lot of that, and we
Mhm.
can't allow them to take control of who we are and how we act, because it
Exactly.
only takes one time to act out for everybody to think that we're ugly, and
Mhm.
that's not never the case. So again, I applaud you on being, graceful and being a lady and having manners when you're out with these people that your
Yeah.
energy does not connect with, because you are a business person. You understand that you have to talk to people sometimes that you do not want to talk
That
to.
I do not want to talk to. And the thing is though too, again, expectations is a big thing. A lot
Yeah.
of things, that's another thing that triggers my anxiety, is knowing that people expect for you to treat them one way, but they ain't treating you like that. And I know that's the expectation of you, because you do it all the time. Every time I see you, I say hi to you, but you never speak to me first. Never. Never speak to me first. Never show any interest in what I got going on. You talk about everybody else's life and what they do when you're around me, but you show absolutely no interest in what I'm doing, what I got going on. But I support you. I'm spending money with you. You always around the people that I like. But when you come around and I come around, the energy shifts. So now I think that's another thing, is like, um, I don't want the fakeness. I don't want you to act like you like me just because I'm here. It's okay if you don't like me. And I'm okay with people not liking me. But don't expect something from me and you don't even fucking like me for real.
and that's a them problem. So at that point, you have to, because you can't control them, right?
Exactly.
You got to control you.
Exactly. And that's what it comes down to, is now, like he was asking, how am I figuring this out? I'm figuring it out by understanding that the things that I want out of life comes with some sacrifice.
Definitely
And
does.
so I have to sacrifice.
Yes. It does.
Yeah.
And it's okay,
Yeah.
because the
Okay.
people that is meant to be with you on those next levels will be with you.
Yeah.
And the people that's not, you didn't lose them. It just wasn't their time to be with you moving up.
Right.
Their time has expired.
Right.
Yeah. So,
But some people will take it to a level of, like, they want to get petty and they want to talk crazy and da da da. And I don't like all that drama and all that stuff. And so, um, people be I'm almost 40 years old. And let me say this. So the other day I went to Brady Fest, right? Matter of fact, I was with you. We at Brady Fest. Do you know how many women just look scorn walking around that motherfucker? I'm like, why do all y'all look so damn mad? We are outside. We supposed to be having a good time. And so I was telling my man, I said, one of the things I hate the most is when I go somewhere to have fun and people are there trying their hardest not to. You trying your hardest not to have fun, but you came out to have fun. Why are you here? You really did not come here to have fun. You came to make an appearance, to show off your little outfit and whatever you got going on, but you did not come here to have a good time. You did not come here with good energy. I don't like that either. So that's another reason why my anxiety kicks up in spaces, is because I know I'm around these energies with people who don't have the right intentions in these spaces. They're there for the wrong reasons and it's projected. And it could be as simple as you bumping them on accident and it's, watch where the fuck you going.
That's crazy.
Are
That
you
is crazy.
okay? Who hurt you today? I ain't do nothing to you. I bumped you, but I said, excuse me. And you just spazzed out. So, like, and it's, you just never know who you're dealing with.
No,
you just
you never know.
know.
You never know who you're dealing with. And I had to grow too, because I was one of those people, no nonsense, tolerant type of person. And I still am that person, but I walk in a different light now. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You're not gonna see the old Savannah fighting and all of that. I'm too elevated in my life. I'm too such a lady. I have too much to lose. I walk a different light. You know what I mean? So my fight is going to be, if it's going to be a fight, it's going to be the system fight.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta fight you with the right way. Right. I gotta fight you the law way. You know what I mean? I can't fight you with these hands no more, because what is that gonna do?
No street justice.
No street justice. What is that? That's not gonna do anything for me. That's not gonna do anything for me. And I'm happy that you brought that up, how people are so bitter and, just not in the correct mind space and so lost and just not there and want to be petty, and they have age, right?
Yeah.
So, of course, this is Lupus Has No Face podcast, and I do have lupus, but I also have anxiety as well. And my anxiety flares up with the unknown. I'm such a good person, and I don't say I'm just such a good person because I want to be a good person. And being a good person is doing things that you don't want to do sometimes.
Yeah.
Being a good person, other people see that you are a good person. People tell you that you are a good person, right? So it's not what the world tells me I am, even though they tell me that. I know that I am a good person. And
you are.
How? Thank you. I appreciate that. And please understand, being a good person does not always mean that you are just this well-mannered person. You are this well-mannered person, but you can definitely put somebody in their place and to tell them to respect their boundaries in a cute way, right?
Yeah.
So I want to spend a little time on the things that I have been dealing with that has been or had my anxiety through the roof, just off of some them not being grown, them not being adult, them not wanting to receive the information that was given to them, right? So I'm dealing with, as you guys know, I have put up a post maybe last Sunday. Someone had made a fake page of me, and I asked you guys to report it on TikTok if you guys see it. This is the page that they put up of me, and it's just simply being petty, simply not them living in their truth and want to bother someone that is elevating and that is prospering and that is out in the community and that is doing God's work. And when I say that is doing God's work, I am healing and helping our warriors in any way, shape, or form, and I'm using my platform to do so. So they felt the need to put this page up of me,
this fake page.
And when I first seen this page, my anxiety, my stomach, it was just disheartening, and it was just so disgusting.
You felt violated.
I felt violated, right? I felt so violated, and everything in me Everything in me wanted to be the old Savannah, but that's not going to serve no justice.
No.
That's not going to serve no justice. So I ask you guys, whoever is watching, please share. If you see this page that's still being up, please report it.
And this is on TikTok, right?
This is on TikTok.
Wow.
Looking at this flare up my anxiety.
This flares
Looking
me
at
up
this.
because not only did they put a picture of you, they got your business logo on there. They just being extra. Yes. And that's some BS. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all.
And this is my only and last time addressing this live, but I just wanted to bring some awareness to it. When you are glowing and you are growing up and you are not letting your situation deter how you move forward and you study carrying on with that bright light, people cannot handle that. So they want to come try to destroy you in any way, shape, form or way.
Yeah.
They used this fake page and looked on my page as to how I found this page because they was on my page. Not only are they doing this, out of respect to them and things that is going on, I'm not going to mention anybody's name, but I did give them a cease and desist letter that was given to them on May 2nd. May 2nd, they was presented this cease and desist order from the court, and that was scanned in from doing things like this. They violated that cease and desist letter this past Sunday by making this fake page saying these disgusting words when I was a parent that took care of your child.
So wait. So this person is someone you had a relationship with, a romantic relationship with, and they just doing some crazy stalker weird shit.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Like, he is allowing this to go on. They should be happy right now. Unfortunately, they are not. They are still coming after me in any way, shape, or form. I thought it was okay to let you know that your child is acting wild in these streets, you know, since the other parent couldn't handle what he was supposed to handle. I reached out to her people, her mom, her grandma, to let them know like she needs help, because doing this behavior publicly and recording things, it clearly is a shout out for help. And me being that parent of her, somebody that she looked it up to, it landed me in this position because her mother didn't know how to accept the things that her daughter was doing.
Wow.
And so now, because I cared and because I wanted to help, they tried to put me in this position. I'm not going to say I'm in this position because nothing has happened to me, but it is things that is going on, which is going to continue letting us in and out of court. So that's just another awareness. You have to really be careful when you are, you know, telling the other parents that's not blood parents what their child is doing and what they can do to the information because them not liking you for whatever odd reason, right? So that is something that I have been dealing with and that has landed my anxiety through the roof. But what all walks in God, nothing has presented upon this, just false allegations after false allegations. But it does get very tiring because I'm in and out of court over something I really don't even want to go in, but I am going to do anything necessary to protect my name and my brand. And I'm going about it the right way, which sometimes the right way don't seem like it's the right way, but it's going to turn out to be the right way at the end of the day, right? So I just wanted to share you guys a little bit about that information and what I was going through and how people are trying to come after me and my brand because the relationship didn't stop me. And I take ownership in some roles that I have played in. You know, when you're mad, you say things. You know, I have said some things, so I'm not perfect in that, but nothing that I did deserves this response in what way that they are trying to come at me.
They overstepped for real, for real.
They definitely overstepped, and it definitely bothered me. But they're not going to win this fight. It's petty that you have to be this age and you're going through this. But again, with the people that's around me, that's loving on me, like you and the podcast, and my lovely coach, therapist, Mikkel D, all you guys are pouring into me. I said tone deaf. I included all y'all at the podcast. y'all are pouring into me and y'all are helping me through this disgusting situation, because it does get hard. It's easy to do the wrong thing, but it's so hard to do the right thing, right? And so I'm still a growing person. I still make mistakes. I still do have flaws, but none of those flaws is this.
Right.
None of those flaws is what they are saying, and the law has showed that it has been
That's
justice
a
on my side.
defamation of character. That's defamation of character, and I'm sorry, they deserve some jail time. I'm sorry. I don't care. Community service, something, because and I'm not sorry. Um, I'm not sorry because that's, and these are the type of things that will have somebody back up against the wall, because in our community we are always told, don't go to the police, don't report that, you don't want that man to go to jail, not a black man, or you know you could really ruin that person's life, or don't they have kids, or excuses, right? A lot of excuses that people will try to put onto you to keep you from doing the right thing that is going to help you in the long run.
But what is the proper procedure
Right.
when you are getting all of this nasty, disgusting backlash
Mm-hmm.
over a breakup that shouldn't have even been that bad? What is the proper procedure in that when it comes to the woman? What's the proper procedure for that? What
You gotta do
grace do
what you
you
gotta
get
do.
from the public? You know what I'm saying? And how people perceive and how people look. And people that know me know that that would never happen, that I will never be a part of anything that's associated to that. I have too much to lose.
Mm-hmm.
But people that are messy, that want to ride the train, and they're going to be a part of that. And how do you deal with that? Even though I'm going to get justice through the court, but that still plays on my mental and my anxiety and my flare ups. That can
Right.
shut me down. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking about something like this. But I thank you guys, and I appreciate you guys in the world as well for not having me in such a dark place, because that could put my have a lupus flare up.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to some of these comments real quick.
Let's go.
Hey, TG, thank you so much for tuning in on this Sunday.
Big Tika. Salute.
It's not wrong with leveling up. It's never nothing wrong with leveling up. But when you
That's right,
around some
Monique.
boss queens that want to level up the same way as you, you right, Monique. Nikki West, I'd be like, smile.
Yeah,
They be
smile.
so
'Cause
mad all the
good.
time. I don't know why
Yeah.
you're mad.
What is wrong? Why did you even come here looking like that?
You want to read that one?
Andrew Shaw. He says, this is some good talk, ladies. I definitely agree with different energies. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Those energies can put you in a place. You outside, you enjoying yourself, and then here come Miss Bad Energy.
Why?
Like, what do you want?
Therapist Mikhail D. So true. Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
It gets tiring, but your power will win. You
Sure
are
will.
definitely right. It does get it gets draining. I didn't even want to do this episode. I didn't want to do this episode because it's embarrassing to talk about, but it's like, what am
But
I
it's
embarrassed
real.
about?
It's real life.
It's real life. What am I embarrassed about? What did I do? What can you prove? What can you actually say off these false statements?
You know what?
Nothing. So I felt it was a need to bring this public.
Mm-hmm.
I felt it was need to be, because I'm not ashamed about anything. I'm not ashamed. I can't stop people from coming after me, but what I can do is protect myself by going about it the right way. Thank you for being transparent, Mikhail D. You are so welcome, love. Hello. Hey, Queen.
Hey, hey. Good to see you tapping in, babe.
What they say?
It's easy doing the wrong thing and hard to do the right thing sometimes. So true. Tell it like it is, Queen.
It is.
Yes.
And
Since we being vulnerable today and we being transparent and we speaking our truths, I'm gonna tell you something I ain't never told nobody. And I got anxiety right now flaring up because that situation really messed my head up. I used to talk to this guy and I trusted him. And we were friends first. Then we decided to try a relationship. It was short lived, but we tried it. And everything was great at first until all the jealousy and narcissistic traits started to pop out, to the point where this person, I trusted them, to the point where I wanted them to understand that I have nothing to hide. So I gave them the password from my cell phone. They went in my phone, took screenshots of all my passwords for all my social media accounts, logged into my accounts, went through all my friends, began to unfriend people, specifically men. They started to unfriend them. I'm looking for certain posts because I usually see certain people's posts one day, and I noticed that I'm not friended with someone. Now I know I didn't unfriend them, and I know they wouldn't unfriend me because we had a lot of engagement on the platforms. So I reach out and I send another friend request, and they was like, "Why you unfriend me?" And I was like, "I never unfriended you. I don't even know what happened." So ultimately, after doing some research, I discovered that this person had violated my trust, took all my passwords, and started to act jealous and do things like that. They even took intimate photos of me out of my phone and had them um and hacked one of my pages because they had my password, hacked the page and put some of those photos up there.
Oh my God.
Put
Oh
some of
my
those
God.
photos on this page that I no longer have. It no longer exists. I reported it and I had to send proof of my ID and all that to prove I was me and that wasn't me. And this person put my phone number up. Someone randomly called me out the blue and asked me, "Are you da 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 da?" And I said, "Who is this?" "Well, I seen your picture on such and such, and it said call you." And I said, "Don't call me. Don't you ever call me again," for one. And I said, for two, that was somebody who was so fucking bitter that they went in my page and did all this to get people like you's attention so that you can call me and harass me. And that person felt bad for me and said, "You know what? I'm sorry. You know what? That is fucked up. I didn't realize that. I thought that was you because it looks like it's your page." And they were like, "I'm gonna go ahead and report it too." And then they text me and said, "I reported numerous times for you because I noticed it was still up." So it was up for like a week.
That's
It was up
amazing.
for like a week before
Ah.
they decided that my because of someone's um you know bitter mindset. And ultimately this person was upset because I didn't want to be with them no more because I found out that they weren't who they said they were, and that I found out that they were really out to hurt me and they didn't really love me for real. So
And it's just
yeah.
so sad when somebody asks you questions like that and that's your response, and people mental cannot understand, like, why would they do this? Because they want to be, it got to be something else. Sometimes it is nothing else.
Right.
Sometimes it is nothing else. When I tell you this lady couldn't stand me from the first time she seen me, she didn't like my presence. She didn't like how I was caring for her kids. But that didn't have anything to do with me. That had every bit of something to do with her. Every bit of something to do with her.
Wow.
And it's been a week since this page has been up. And, I go through that mental space. It's like, dang, I know I done said this when I was mad, but do I deserve this? I'm not never finna take out the energy to make these fake pages and to make these face reports and do all of this to just try to harm somebody.
Right.
I am out the way. I'm out the way. I'm living my best life. I am healing. I am growing. I am elevating. I am pouring into other people. I'm around the people that I love. Why does that bother you so much? My life should never bother you. And I was asked this question. I quote, "What are you going to do? Stop posting? Stop going live? Stop being you?" Absolutely not.
No.
It's time to turn all the way up, because what's happening is you're seeing the traction. You're seeing the traction, and you saw it, and you envied it, and you tried to do something that was going to tarnish me and my brand.
Yeah.
So again, you guys see that page, please report it. It's some more comments on there from Mikhail D. What did I say?
The proper procedure is to stay in your glow, know who you are, and own your truth. Amen.
Absolutely. I have to own my truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to own my truth. I have to walk my walk. And the people that was a part of this whole situation, they know exactly
who
what's
they are.
going
They know
on.
who
They
they
know
are.
exactly who they are. They know exactly what's going on, the type of person that I am. So I thank you, McKeldy, just for giving me that push to go live about something that has been bothering me so much, because if I wasn't in remission, I truly believe this would have set me down. It would have set me down, because it's just like, how dare you? You hate me that
The
much?
audacity.
You don't even know me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I love y'all for that. I love y'all for that. We got Judge Rogers checking in. Much love
What's
to
up,
you,
Judge?
brother. Me?
Oh, you said, would I trade passwords again? I have. My man has my password right now.
So that just shows you growth. You're not bitter. You're not
Yeah.
letting your past situations come into your. High five to
Yeah.
that. High five to
I'm not
that.
about to change
High five
I'm
to
not about
that.
to change me. At the end of the day, I'm not about to do things in a way that, you know, that's going to set me up to be paranoid for the rest of my life about somebody else's actions. No. At the end of the day, it's a password. I'm with you. I fuck with you for real. And this is my way of showing it. Go ahead. And I'll tell them all the time, go on my phone. I don't care. Yeah, exactly. Go on my
That's the
phone.
proper. That's the proper
Yeah.
response. Why do people say if you go looking for something, you gonna find something? No, you
Right,
not.
right, right. I
No,
give it to
you
you
not.
because I trust that you. I trust you for one. For two, I'm giving you access. I'm saying if you need to go in there, go in there. Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Plus, if something happens to you, if the people you care about do not have your password to your device, these companies will not allow them access to your information. And it could be something in your phone that needs to be seen or needs to be, used for whatever purpose. And if I'm so untrusting of people and I haven't given that out, if something happens to me, we're screwed. So you got to find that person you can really trust before you do that. And even though I know it might be hard for people to do, because I know it's a lot of people who battle that. Like, is it okay for us to have passwords and share information like that? Like, yes, like some people don't want to do it, So, I mean, it depends on what you want to do. But for me, if I give you my password, go ahead. Go ahead and take a peek. And when I don't care when you take a peek, you ain't even got to ask me to take a peek.
Yes, I
If I
love
give you
it.
permission, if I give you this, it's because I trust that, even if you're looking at, I don't have shit to hide. So go right ahead.
And it's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like that when you are in a trusting, loving, healthy relationship. Because it just goes back when you said something like, if something happens to me,
Yeah.
if something happens to me, you guys need to know, like, what hospital I need to go to, who do you need to call, who's my
Yeah.
close person. So I think that's very important. And you know what? Thank you for bringing it up, because you
Yeah.
don't know that information.
Right.
And I need to give you that information because we are out a lot. So
Yeah.
thank you for just bringing awareness again, something that I did not think about,
Yeah.
was never brought to my attention. So that's another highlight. Like I love today, because today has touched on uncomfortableness, living in your truth, relationships, boundaries, and just bringing awareness to anxiety, and bringing awareness to lupus, and how to deal with uncomfortable
And
situations
high
and not
stress.
hide and let it be out and let it be known if you know that you have not done anything.
Right.
So I do understand, and I have learned that when you speak out loud, it's less of a burden on you,
Right.
because who's going to speak out loud for something that they did not do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
I thank you so much for coming on here. It's so much more to talk about. I think we're gonna run it back for a part 3, right?
Yeah.
Run it back for a part 3, because it's so much to cover on lupus and relationships. And we might make it a series, you guys. Kenda, again, whatever you got coming up, please let them know where to find you.
Oh, yeah. Again, I believe this is live right now on my page, right? Okay, so if y'all are not following me because you follow Savannah or you follow TDR or Wherever this is going right now outside of my page, my name is Kenda Qualman. So make sure y'all go ahead and follow me. Y'all support is much appreciated. And I am somebody who loves to get to know people and build connections. So maybe you will have something you want to talk about and you want to come on my show. So make sure you follow me. Know a little bit about what I'm about before trying to dive on the show, though.
I
Um,
love that.
so I feel like if you want to come on my show, you should at least know something about my show. So again, that is Minding My Own Podcast. You can follow me, or I should say, subscribe on YouTube at Minding My Own Podcast with Kenda. Follow me on Instagram, minding underscore my own podcast. I also have a page that is simply Kenda Qualman. So go ahead and tap into those three things, and you will be able to stay up on any events that are upcoming for Minding My Own Podcast, for the panel MKE. Make sure y'all go ahead and also follow the panel MKE on Facebook.
Yes,
It's actually the panel podcast group. That's exactly how you will find us on Facebook, Instagram. We are the panel MKE. Um, so that you guys can keep up with any live discussions or any events that we may be hosting. But yeah, just tap into all those different areas so that we can eventually build some type of connection, because that's what we do, right?
I love it. I love it. Girl power. Yes, thank you so much again. Lupus Has No Face is getting ready to serve to the community again for Thanksgiving. So please look forward to that on LHNF 2020 on Instagram and Lupus Has No Face Facebook, and the Lupus Has No Face podcast on YouTube. Like, subscribe. We will be doing turkeys giveaway again and $25 gift cards for our warriors. So if you guys want to be a part of that, please do tap in.
That's dope.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you want to be a part of that, please tap in. Again, reach out to me for any questions or concerns, or even if you want to be on this show, but it has to make sense. Like Kenda said, it has to align to what it is that we're speaking about. And again, I am a warrior. So until next time, catch you on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. See you soon.